I got will never stop. I give it all. Straight to the top, will never stop. I give it all. All that I have, I let it be. Cause nobody's better than me. What do you see? Give it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise.
Good gaming champions, and welcome to Convention Time 2026. We are gearing up for some big time events. We've got Origins Game Fair 2026 in Columbus, Ohio that we are getting ready to go to. That's the one we're going to talk about today. We've got Gen Con right around the corner, just as we have another video for Gen Con right around the corner. Today I have my boys Dillon down in Miami. We've got Deon right here. And as we said in the intro, this is going to be a special Origins because this is the 1 year anniversary that we met Dillon all that year ago when we first learned about Huddle, the fantasy football game, and this beautiful New Zealander came walking in with a big smile on his face right off an airplane with a game of Huddle waiting for us to go.
That was a
special day. That was I didn't know. There's no way if you go back and they're like, hey Dillon, so these guys you're playing with, you're going to stay lifelong friends with them, and then you're going to join their YouTube channel. I would have been like, no. And here we are.
Let's don't put lifelong on there just yet. It's a year. Let's celebrate a year. He's already jumping lifelong.
No, I'm like a Labrador Retriever.
Me too.
Friends for life.
Friends for life. You're loyal.
Yeah, that's how it is.
And you only got like 10 more years left to live.
Even with you all grumpy, grumpy Gus over here doesn't faze me.
Yeah, poor Deon got paired up with two golden retrievers, and he's the English bulldog who's just like,
I am definitely the English bulldog.
I hate all of you.
I hate everything.
Get away from me. No, I'm just going to cuddle you while you sleep, and
we're
you're
just
going to like
no,
it.
That's fine. Yeah.
This is going to be a great time because we got a chance to see Dillon at Gamma. We had a really good time with Dillon, and that's actually what sparked the desire to bring Dillon on to Champions of Tabletop. And so it'll be a lot of fun, Dillon, to get together with you and play some games. And that's kind of the purpose of today is we're going to go through our top 5 games of Origin Game Fair 2026 of what we are most excited about. And for Grumpy Gus over here, maybe some things that we're not that excited about. We'll see.
I mean, if we're going off this BGG list you shared, there isn't a ton that I'm excited about. I was really so every year we go to this Origins thing and we end up finding a gem like Huddle, obviously. It ends up being something we had no clue we were even interested in.
Right.
I remember last year we did our top 5 and then we went out and I think maybe 2 of them on the list was like, yeah, I'm excited for that still. And then we had 3 or 4 different other ones we were really excited that we seen at the convention. So that's one of the things I love about Origins is it's almost like the Indies guys Gen Con, right? Like the guys who really can't afford to go big with Asmodee and compete with all these other guys, they get to really shine at Origins. So that's what I'm more excited about is seeing all the indie guys. But we have to go off the list that we have provided to us. Right. And it was rather hard picking 5 games I was excited about off that list. I'm not going to lie. And you can call me Grumpy Gus or Angry Care Bear, Grumpy Bear, I don't know.
Bear?
Grumpy Bear, or whatever you want to call me.
That should be your new Xbox name, Grumpy Bear.
Yeah, it probably should now.
But Dillon, how about you?
I sit in the other camp. To be fair, I kind of went through that list and I took a couple lenses. One, I'm always going to be kind of interested in some of the sports themed games. So I saw there was like a fishing game, there was a soccer game, there was a baseball game. So I'm kind of like intrigued to just go see them. One, I like sports themed games, so I'm trying to find more to put into my rotation. And then I took another pass, which was more based on like what I thought was like unique artwork. Or like I had some of the like one of my games I'm really interested in. I've met the publishers a few times and the designers at various conventions. I've never played the game, but I always see them. They're always amazing, very warm, very welcoming. And so I'm like actually very legitimately excited to like spend some time at Origins and like go play the game. So I was able to find plenty of games I'm excited about, and I narrowed it down to my 5. So yeah.
Okay. Well, perfect. And Dillon, have you seen, and I'm trying to look it up real quick, is I sent this to you, but one of the games that we liked at Gamma is not not new at all, but it's one of those where when you find it and you're kind of excited about it, was Tumbling Dice.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it hasn't been new at all. It's been around for a while.
right, exactly. And there's a new game coming from a company called Unplugged Arcade. Did you get that link I sent you by chance on Unplugged Arcade? It's like a baseball version of Tumbling Dice.
Yes. Okay. Yes, I did see this. Not only did you send it to me, but I probably had like 4 or 5 other friends all send it to me. One, genius, bravo. I absolutely would love that. I'm like, it looks big. Like, it looks very sizable.
I reached out to them to see if they had like a media copy of it, and they were like, no. It almost, and I think this is going to be the crux of this game, is it's almost like one of those heirloom pieces where like the board is something you buy, and it's like one of the old school, like really nice chess boards that would be on a stand that you'd have to like have permanently set up in your, library or your den or something, and it doesn't move. Because it's like an $800,000 like art piece.
What?
Yeah,
A board game, $800 art piece.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's you saw it, Dillon.
$8,000.
It's amazing.
No, not 8,000, 800.
Oh, okay.
But
Still, $800 for a game?
Yeah, but I mean, this thing's it's huge, and it looks very nice. I mean, I'm sure it's made out of like a really high quality wood, and the painting and design on it's really cool. Like, and they definitely went with that like nostalgic look, which I thought was very cool and very interesting. But yeah, I mean, honestly, you're probably in there for like $100, maybe 70 in materials alone.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, and I was trying to we'll put some pictures of it for those who haven't seen it, but I got caught on the Facebook ads of it, and I'll tell you what, they got me because I like Tumbling Dice. It's a simple game, but they made a baseball game out of it, and it's a gorgeous looking wood table. And they are not apparently going to be at these conventions, unfortunately. They said that they were going to try to get into that place, but we'll see what ends up happening with them. I hope they make it because, like I said, the game Baseball Shuffle is the name of the game. That's we'll put a picture up for everybody to see, but that's kind of the table. So it's like I said, it's an heirloom piece type of game, and it's a little bit it's on a stand and everything. So we'll get some pictures up of it. But sports guys, always gonna like that stuff, except for Grumpy Gus over here.
Yeah, I mean, I've got Tumbling Dice set up, and we've got like we've got this like long hallway, like not long, this wide hallway that goes into the kitchen, and we got Tumbling Dice just set up on this like little bar top. And so when my wife and I like walk back and forth whilst we're working, we'll just like do a little flick, and I go see if like my dice is up there, it's my turn. So I I just flick it around. It's fun.
So with that said, we're going to let Deon go first. We're going to give our top 5 games that we're most excited about of the ones that we know are going to be at Origins. But you're right, Deon. I think if you always lined up our videos of like what we were excited about pre-con versus what we walked away most excited about, there's a lot of times where there is not a lot of correlation between those lists of what we initially were excited about versus what we walked away being most excited about.
Yeah, usually my number one always disappoints, but I think that's the hype engine. And the best thing about Origins is you really get to meet random games that you're like, oh, this is cool. And it's indie games that you probably won't see at Gen Con. Just they don't have the budget. Yeah, they just don't have the budget. And then you're bombarded by these long lines of people that are trying to do other things, So I really like Origins. I'm really excited to go. So to kind of fire this off and to get this kind of moving, we're going to start with our number 5, and I'm going to go with a game called Headliner. I'm trying, if I'm looking weird, I'm looking down to get some information on it because it does come out in November 2026. They're supposed to have a demo at the booth. It is from Chris Couch Games, which I've never heard of.
No.
So I'm excited to see what they have. But it is, the publisher is Chris Couch Games. It's a card game, which I played this game called Ovation not too long ago from Grand Gamers Guild. And you're a performer that you're putting out different instruments that you're playing performances on, and you're using notes in order to spend. And I really enjoyed it. It was definitely not my normal. This one, however, has worker placement. Love worker placement, set collection, and open drafting. So I do like drafting, and I love worker placement. Not a big set collection fan, but it kind of goes with the program here. So it looks like a music themed card game of building bands, chasing hype, and stealing the spotlight. Draft the right mix of talent, style, and sound to become the act everyone came to see. So I am kind of excited about this one. It is a headliner from Chris Couch Games. It's my number 5.
Okay. All right, Dillon, what's your number 5?
So I'm going to go with one of the kind of more, I would say, sports theme games. And so I'm, again, same thing. If I'm looking weird, I'm looking over at my notes. It was friendly fishing. I like fishing. I like just the kind of the name and the theme just kind of drew me in. So I was just kind of curious to like, I want to go play this. I want to go see, like, it kind of just intrigues me. So I was just looking up who made this, because it was the same thing, Deon. I hadn't heard of the designer or the publisher myself. But yeah, it's designed by a guy called Alex Randolph and Bruno Vidunti. Sorry if you see this and I completely butchered your last names. But yeah, it looks just like really interesting. What's interesting though is it's a semi-collaborative game. Not usually my my cup of tea, but the theme is kind of like drawing me in a little bit. So yeah, I'm kind of just curious to see, like, Deon, like we've talked a lot about, like, some of the sports games, like can the theme carry a game? And I'm just really interested to see if, like, this is one of those cases, like, can the fishing theme actually bring in and make me as interested enough to, like, continue to play? So apart from that, I've like did a little bit of research on it, but yeah, I'm just kind of curious, like, go take a peek at something that's like not usually in my wheelhouse, but the theme is just interesting enough where I'm like, yeah, let's go check this out. Yeah,
I'm going to tell you, I haven't played any fishing games that I've been like, oh yeah, this is a good game. Like,
I have
Lure, maybe?
Yeah, Lure.
Yeah, Lure, maybe?
I was going to say, Dillon, have you tried Lure from All Play?
No. Good.
Okay.
And I've played a lot of them. I mean, that and Fleet, but Fleet, you're running a fleet of fisher, and they even like the dice game, but it's an older game.
Yeah.
But I mean, those two are the only thing that comes to mind out of all the ones that I've tried. I've tried a lot of them that really comes and says, hey, this feels like fishing.
Lure is one I'll bring with me, Dillon, because I think that's one you like, because it's a lightweight game. It's just a little dice roller. Everybody rolls specific dice. There's a little bit of strategy of what dice you use, because once you use it once, you can't use it 2 rounds in a row. And you're trying to catch fish based on the combinations of the dice that are rolled. So that was one. It's fun with kids and stuff. My son likes that game, so that wouldn't probably be right up your alley if you haven't played it. So
yeah, I think it's hard. It's a hard theme, I think, to pull off. But I mean, like I said, you just named a couple that did good with it, but I haven't played any that I'm like, oh yeah, this feels like this is a bit. I've done tournament fishing. There's been a lot of them that I've done that I'm just like, a lot of them are card based, flipping lucky whether you get it or not. But anyway, what's your number 5 that you're excited about?
So my number 5 is coming to us from a company I've never heard of before. We got an email inviting us to check out their game. Apparently, they just sold this game out, like 1,300 copies at the Euro Game Festival that just happened.
The UK Game Festival?
The UK one?
UK Game Festival. Yep. Just sold out. And this is kind of like their launch in the US. And the game is called Probably Illegal. Right up my alley. Questionable. But their tagline is it's kind of D&D meets Cards of Humanity, where effectively they want you to think like the guys who wear the ski masks. Okay. You're trying to talk yourself into potentially illegal things, or maybe out of, but the whole point is you're going to draw some cards, and it sounds like you have to like convince people that you are doing something illegal. I got a very vague sense of what it was, but it sounds like a party game with a little bit of a D&D kind of thematic. This is one of those games I think you have to be with the right crew of people for it to be fun. Probably some drinks involved would be my guess, would make it even more fun. But just something different out of the norm for me. I'm not big into tabletop role-playing games. I'm not big into that kind of stuff. Cards Against Humanity was fun in college, but I haven't played it really much since. So this is just kind of something different. So I'm excited, and I'm going to sign us up, or at least myself up, and go check it out and see if it's any good. So I don't know, probably illegal. Find out.
The name's great.
That's what I thought. So, all right, Dillon, number 4.
Number 4, this is one that it's more of a personal thing. So I've run into the designers who also own publishing company a couple times at a couple of the conventions, and they're just awesome. It's Devin and Catherine. The publishing company is Grod Games, and the game is called Estate, Raise the Realm. It's also a worker placement, kind of engine builder. I love me an engine builder. So I'm just kind of excited to we've connected so many times. I'm just very interested to go play their game. There's very warm, very welcoming. The game looks intriguing. I've heard a couple people talk about it as if you don't really have 3 hours to play and you love Everdale but you don't have the 3 to 4 hours to play that, this is kind of your game. So I'm super, super interested to go play that as my kind of number 4 on the list.
I'm glad you brought that one up because I have to give those two credits, a husband-wife team. They have, we met them last year at Gamma.
Year before.
And those two have been, just like yourself, Dillon, they have been grinding on creating a name around that game. And I'm kind of embarrassed because they did give us a copy of that game at Gamma.
You a copy? I haven't seen it.
And so we need to get it played and do a review of that game as promised. Yeah. But yeah, so maybe that's one that we'll play at Origins and put a video together. What do you think, Deon?
We should definitely do that. Yeah, and they're just they're so awesome. They're just from the first time I met them at Origins, I'm almost positive, actually, now that I think back to it, they've just been super, super, and I will see them, they, don't always remember the name, but they're oh, the Huddle guy. And I'm nice at you. And I'm oh, the estate people. Just,
let's not forget that I remembered your names, but that doesn't hurt my feelings.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember anybody's names.
There's my number 4, Estate, Raise the Realm.
Yeah, you were excited about that one, Deon.
I was. I really wanted to play it not last year, but the year before when they announced they had it at Gamma, and I know they've been working to kind of push it out to the public. But it is one of those hard to find indie games that you kind of bump. You have to go to an event like this to kind of see or know about, or get an email or look them up to know what it is, because they don't get the hype and the push of the big boys.
Or come to my house where I've got a copy.
Well,
of it.
And if it was here, it would have already been played. Just throwing it out there.
All right, my number 4 is going to be Maytura by Bitewing Games. Maytura is an interesting game because it's going to revolve around Ireland, a place that means a lot to me with my heritage. In fact, I'm going to Ireland in a couple months. So
you got to rub that in. That's fine.
I do have to.
You don't have to rub that in.
Maybe if they give me a copy of it, I'll play it in Ireland. Those always do well on Board Game Geek. But it's an area control game where effectively you're going to select deities that are going to give you powers each round that will allow you to get more area control. And based on the regions that you control, I think there's 11 regions in the game. As you control more regions, you're going to be able to gather points. Whoever has the most control over each region or second place will gather, points. And it's basically a point builder, point salad type of game. But I like the theme of it, the ancient Irish focus. I like, because it kind of reminded me of Cyclades with the deity powers, just like the Greek god powers in Cyclades. So that's interesting to me. I like that kind of part of a game. Cyclades really was fascinating to me because of that. So this kind of carries it forward, and I'm excited to get my hands on that one. And Bitewing does such a great job. They had Iliad out, Icor out, which were two really big games last year for them. So this is probably one that's going to follow suit.
Yeah, it's also number 4 on my list as well. I'm also excited about this one.
Sounds like you made that up on the fly because I was so good at it.
No. One of the reasons why is this. I'll tell you. I'll read the list directly from the sheet here. It says the mechanisms that's in it is area majority / influence, action Dutch, which cooperative game, and then it says semi-cooperative game. So it's like, what are we doing here?
Pick one.
Event solo / solitaire game. So it's cooperative, but you can also play solo solitaire, I'm assuming. Tags and a variable setup, which really the Battle of how did you say it?
Matora.
Matora, is that how you say it?
Matora.
Moitora. That's Moytura for those that are looking it up. Has begun as a leader of the spread your influence across the land to succeed in the quest to become High Ruler of Ireland. So I don't know if I'm interested in how they do the cooperative / semi-cooperative thing, but I'm interested in it. So that's why I made number 4 on my list. Also, the box the box looks really good. So
it's got a guy with a
big fan of the box,
red eye on it.
So, it looks pretty cool.
Fangs. So,
and then you're picking deities and stuff. I think that's kind of neat.
Absolutely. My number 3 is going to be Drillers from CGE Games. CGE's had some great games, especially SETI has been their biggest one recently. They've done a phenomenal job putting a lot of great games out there through the years. Obviously, Codenames is one of the most high-selling games of all time. But Drillers reminded me a lot of Deep Rock Galactic, which was a game I spent a lot of time in the dwarf with being a dwarf, mining the deep rocks. It is a game where effectively through cards you're going to go through mines. There's going to be a kind of a timer because your drillers are going to be running out of energy, so you're trying to collect the most valuable resources. There's different types of drills that you can use, so it's a different type of mechanism depending on which type you want to focus on. You're going to be gathering resources to upgrade your drilling abilities. So to me, it's one of those that it just reminded me a lot of that game when I was reading about it. Aesthetically, it looks really good to me. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to see it at Gamma because there was so much there, but I know you weren't overly excited about it, but
it was all right. They had it at the demo table at Gamma, and so I got to kind of play around with it a minute, and it was all right. I mean, I didn't think it was like, oh my God, this is one of the best games I've played, but it was a decent game. I mean, I know I pre-ordered it for the store. I pre-ordered a bunch of copies because I did enjoy it enough to be like, that'd be fun to play with other people, but I think it's something you should definitely check out at this event. Luckily, I got to see it at Gamma, so I didn't put it on my list. But I think it's one that should be on a list somewhere, somebody's list.
And that's actually, again, kind of highlight one of the things of Origins. If you're looking for a convention to go through, I can't convince you enough to go to Origins over the others because the fact is that some of these smaller companies like CGE or like Chip Theory Games, some of the companies like that, they're there and they have so much time for you compared to a Gen Con where it's just shoulder to shoulder nonstop. And at Origins, like I said, I would actually be able to go and they would let me sit down and play a whole game of it just walking up. Where Gen Con, it's like, if you didn't get in right away, sorry, you can see it for a 60-second demo and then you got to move for the next person. So,
and Gen Con is way too people-y. So I don't want you to go to Origins either because when that becomes too people-y, I have to figure out a different one I can go to. So.
No, they'll get people-y. So, but that's my number 3 is
people-y the scientific term?
Yeah, people-y is actually people-y. Yes, that is the scientific term of there are way too many people slammed in this building.
That's how we say it in West Michigan.
Yeah, people-y. Too many people.
Makes sense.
They got too many people there, yeah? People-y?
Yeah, I don't
it's a two people-y, eh?
Okay, you just went to like Canadian.
No, I went up there to the Uper. All right, so that was my number 3 there. Pillars, Drillers, CGE.
Well, my number 3, and I know you didn't ask me, but I'm taking it over anyway, is Werewolf Duel. So Werewolf Duel is a 2-player game that was on my list. It says 2-2, but it's Werewolf Duel, so I'm assuming it's 1v1.
I would say it's a duel.
But it is a card game. I know I'm not a huge card game, but what I like is the mechanism in this one says deduction. You know, I like a deduction game, right? Like I really like the game by Smirk and Dagger, that Enthroned, where that had some deduction in it that you had to actually figure out. So I'm excited about this one. It's immersive 2-player board game where deduction skills and strategic thinking are key to victory in Werewolf Duel. You and your opponent take on changing roles that belong to the werewolf faction or the human faction, where identity shifts and bluffs are everywhere. So it's a 2-player bluffing game. I don't know how you pull it off, but sure, we'll pull it off. I'm excited to check it out.
You're gonna find out.
Yeah, and it's also done by Wales Entertainment. So I'm looking at checking them out and maybe swinging by their booth.
Whale-named businesses are there? There's Origami Whale. There's Wales Entertainment. There's another whale company too.
So there's just 2.
Well, there's 2.
No, jerk. There's
So
more.
there's 2.
I just don't know off the top of my head.
Wales games. 2.
2.
We figured it out. 2.
Face.
What are you excited about for your number 3 there, Dillon?
I had a toss up on my number 3, and this one is coming in at number 3 for a couple reasons. One, it's another sports themed game, so I'm just kind of curious again, constantly curious on those. It's an all-play game called Golden Goal. The thing that is very intriguing, so it's a 2-player abstract game. So 2-player games are great for me because that's what I play the most. But it's like a 15-minute game. So it's like really easy for me to grab, go. It's also part of their Tiny Box series. So these small, portable, quick 2-player games get a lot of playtime for me. So if I can get more of those, it just helps my overall library. And it's also kind of focusing on an experience in soccer that I love, both playing and watching, is like the sudden death, like Golden Goal, like that high intensity, high stress, like sports experience. I'm curious to see how they've taken that and translated it to a board game, and not just a board game, but like a tiny board game. And I think the thing costs like $9 or something. I think it's like a $9 game.
Oh wow!
So the layers for me are going to be like, okay, so it's $9. What did this cost? What are the components going to be like? I'm going to analyze this thing. And then also it's like, is it good enough to like come into my 2-player repo? Because then it'll just get played, 2-3 times a week type of deal.
I didn't see that one, but what a great year and great time for that to come out, right?
Yeah, I didn't see when it came out or how long it's been. I'm not sure if it's like a newer one. But yeah, all these soccer games, if you're not just like hammering your social media advertising right now and just getting out there and talking about, like, you have no better time. Like, and especially in the United States, yeah, it's brilliant timing. So yeah, it'll be really fun. Hopefully it works out, because I'll just take that to the bar when I'm watching World Cup games. I'll just pop it up and be like, hey, do you guys want to play a 15-minute soccer game? It'll be 100% conversion rate.
Are you working for All Play now?
No, Bob never emailed me back, so I'm gonna boycott.
Classic Bob move, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna boycott them, but then I'm also gonna probably go buy this game, so maybe that's not boycotting.
Boycott them after you buy the game. There you go.
Boycott them is what you're gonna do. So thanks for the pity laugh there. All right, we're going to move on to our number 2 games. Deon, since you're so excited to get going here, why don't you...
I'm excited to get going.
Okay. You're number 2.
Okay, mine's actually
This is
expansion.
surprising.
It's an expansion for me. I played the game quite a bit last year. It's a 2027 demo that they're showing, so the release is going to be next year on this one. But it's an expansion for Kensen Key Games. It is Galactic Cruise expansion called Excursions. So I'm excited to kind of play it because I thought it missed a little bit when anybody who's played it, you're building spaceships and then you're putting the right people on those spaceships and advertising to the right people to go to these excursions, but you don't really get into what they're doing during the excursions. You're just like blue and red goes to red and yellow goes to, that type of thing. Their excitement or their thrilling or whatever it is. It's kind of like setting up a real cruise ship, right? Of who you're trying to advertise and then ship it off into the space. So I like the little bit more of the in-depth that is going to happen here called Excursions. I'm pretty sure it's the expansion for the new game that is coming out. So I get a first demo look at that, and I'm very excited to take a look at Keenson Key Games Excursions.
Yeah, and that's one that you've really been excited about even before they came out. You were ready to camp outside of their house to get a demo copy, and
then the guy was like really rude to me, I felt.
Yeah, but you like the game. And
the game was still good. It's a good game. He's starting to figure it out. See, some of these companies, they come in and they don't figure it out right away how important it is to create retailer experiences. Right? And I'm not saying we're the end all be all, but I can tell you this: you can't go to Jeff Bezos' house and play a game. You can come to my house right here, this beautiful, wonderful board game cafe, and you could play 2,400 different games in my shop. So you want to create with those types of, you want those relationships, right? Because you want to be able to promote and push your game, and you can't be there to promote it everywhere. Luckily, they signed a deal with All Play. They kind of figured it out. They got to deal with All Play, and then now All Play is with Asmodee, so now their game is everywhere in the world, and they're really starting to see a lot of success with their game, which is great, and I wish them nothing but the best. It's a partner kind of duo that are doing it, and I just was a little upset how they reacted when I was wanting to help and promote and push their game. They acted like they didn't really need me. Yeah. And so that kind of hurt a little bit. So I was like, you know what? Screw those guys. I don't care if I ever play their game. And I still think I have the demo copy not open, but I've played it multiple times here. So, but still, I mean, I'm very excited. Can't wait to play it again. It's a good game. I can't take that from them. So no matter how they are as people, it still is a really good game. So,
Dillon, what is your number 2?
Number 2 for me is Trick to the Future. Yeah.
Great
So
start.
1, the title got me. 2, the artwork looks super awesome. Just kind of this darker, like purple. So I was like, okay, this is great. And then just very nostalgic for me, right? Like Back to the Future was the key part of my childhood. So I'm super excited. Go to my notes here. It's Trick Taker. I love Trick Taker. Actually, one of my favorite moments from Gamma was Deon and I playing
Rowdy Partners.
Loved it. And it's just kind of cool because like it looks like it's got some unique aspects to a Trick Taker. So you're spending fuel. Looks like the fuel changes the values of your cards, and when you get a trick, you travel through time. But I was reading that if you actually win too many tricks, you bust. So I love that. Like you got to win, but if you go too far, like there's this like balancing act. So I'm kind of curious to just see how this goes. So yeah, it's a game head game. So that'll be kind of curious. I'm just excited to go see that. Again, theme. Does that theme pulled me in? Does the game keep me?
Absolutely. That's a good one. And I mean, if you don't love Back to the Future, check your pulse.
Well, the grocery getter on the front, the grocery getter. No, the grocery getter on the front of the art of that, where it's got like this station wagon flying through the sky with all the. That's kind of a neat little art. I thought
art's really cool. And I'm going to say something that's probably never been said on a YouTube channel before: is if you don't like Back to the Future, you can unsubscribe. Go ahead and unsubscribe.
Oh, wow. That is not true. Don't listen to him.
My number 2 is going to also be from All Play, and that is going to be the re-release of Container. Container is going on, I believe its 10-year anniversary, and it is not a new game in and of itself.
Really?
But All Play did go through and given it a fresh coat of paint like we've seen so many of those older games get in the last few years. Right now I know Concordia is on crowdfunding as they're getting their fresh new coat of paint. And this is a containers version. And I'm always a sucker for economic games just because it's what I do professionally. I just got World Order recently from Hegemonic Games, so I'm super excited about that one. But Container is a game all about auction. You're controlling these vessels. You're trying to get great deals with people. There's negotiation. You're sitting at the table working with people. You're trying to build up your economy. You're setting prices, negotiating with your rivals. All of those type of mechanics I just thoroughly enjoy because it makes me feel like I'm doing something together with people versus more of a solitaire experience at the table. So, like I said, having never played the original game, I know a lot of people have always really given it a positive outlook. Deon, I think you've played the original, or you have it here in the store, I think even.
Yeah, I have the original Container on the other side over there. I like it. It's a good little market game of supply and demand. I think the pieces are sweet. What's really nice is even the old pieces are really nice. Like it has this big plastic, or not plastic, but like a hard boat. It's I don't know, you could hit somebody with it, really knock them out. It's a big, like, thick piece of, I don't know, like cement almost boat that's there. Never float. But it's cool. You got to load it up, and then you've got to buy from the different parts of the island and bring it back and load and unload onto your dock. So I think Containers is a good game, and it deserved a remake kind of thing.
Everything it's hard to get because it's not even published at this point. No, they brought it back.
You know, and I see this, and you could come back and watch this 10 years from down the road, but I see this an awful lot. People will come in to the shop and they'll ask for games that are 4 or 5 years old because they're finally finding out about them. And unfortunately, they quit printing them because enough didn't sell, right? Because you only have so many print runs that you can print run. And then after that, you're just like, do we bother printing this again? I think everybody who wants it has it. But then it doesn't see its glory until a little bit down the road. And especially with the addition of all the new gamers in the last 4 years, ever since COVID, the last 5 years, Containers, 6, 7, 8 years, somewhere in there. The Containers was one that just was really good during its time, but it was more of an underground great, and it needs to come back around, which is great. And so I do like when they go back into the basket of great games and pull something out and bring it back to you. I like that a lot, and I think Container is one of them. So I'm surprised you picked it because I've played it. Play it as soon as the thing ends. I've got it in the other room, but it's good. I like it. I've also pre-ordered those as well for the shop because it's just a good game. So I'm glad it's coming back into the market.
Yeah. So that's my number 2. And so Dillon, we're going to go to you for what your number 1
Number 1.
All right, number 1 is a Bezier Games release. It's a continuation of Rebel Princess, and it's Zombie Princess. Why, Dillon, do you ask? Great question. 1, it's another trick taker. Love a good trick taker, as I mentioned previously. And you're kind of having zombies versus princesses. Like, why not? Why not just go have fun on like a random ass zombie excursion using a trick taker? So I'm more just, I think similar theme, right? Like, theme's interesting. Can the game keep me? But it seems like it's got a little bit more depth than kind of the other trick takers in my list. Gameplay's kind of more in like the hour plus range, so I'm sure it's got some more depth to it. So I'm kind of excited to sit down and hopefully wipe the floor with both of you at this game whilst we're at Origins.
Deon, what's your number 1?
Actually, I love the guys at BA Games. Sam and those guys are just absolutely amazing. Every time I see them, brightens up. Always willing to give a nice fist bump. Great dude. Great people there, actually. There's this game they're coming out with in Q3 2026. So it's later this year. It's called Dungeon Diners. So it is from BA Games, 1 to 4 players. It's monsters have invaded. How delicious. Restaurants want these monsters on their menus. So sounds
great.
An economic exploration fantasy game. That kind of sounds exciting, right? Like, I mean,
honestly,
okay.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it's like an economic exploration fantasy style. They action points is some of the mechanisms, in-game bonuses, grid movement, hexagon grid, market, pick up and deliver, variable player powers, and variable setup. So it says monsters have invaded the ancient dungeon below ground. How delicious. Your adventurous company is being hired out by the best restaurants and diners to hunt these monsters for their menus. So I'm down.
So I've played this game.
Have you really?
About 3 years ago.
Nuh-uh.
Yes. So we were at Grand Con. I took my son, and the young gentleman who made that game, Alex
Lovins.
Yeah. So Alex actually,
Lovins.
I feel bad. Alex actually reached out to me a while back about this one, because I sat with my son and we played a full game, which I blew my mind. My son played the whole game.
Okay.
And we were playing with classic prototype pieces with like little plastic horses and things like that. And my son had a really good time with it. He played the whole game. The grid movement kind of reminded me a little bit of Inferno, with kind of that drop down. So if it looks anything like it structurally or mechanically did, we had a really good time. But Alex was such a great kid. He's a young guy. This is his first project, and he was taking notes and really seemed to care. And then when I saw him at Origins last year with this one, when he was play testing it there, like he remembered me and my son and came up and started talking to me. So I said, good kid, and I hope it pans out for him.
Yeah, it looks like it. There's no image available, but it does look like one that'd be fun. And like I said, it comes out later this year, so I don't have to wait that long to get my hands on it. So
we'll have to reach out to Alex and see if we can get a copy for the channel.
We'll play it for the channel.
My number one is going to be from our good friends at Pegasus Spiele, and that is going to be Boss Fighter QR. Now,
you were excited about this one. You sent me a message about, get my hands on this one.
I'm really excited about this one. I even sent Anton, our good friend Anton at Pegasus Spiele, I sent him an email saying, Anton, I would love a copy for the channel to play it.
He sent me an email and said, please stop having Matt send me emails.
Did he really?
No.
That hurt my heart.
Did you see how sad he was?
That really hurt my heart. That's the golden retriever in me.
Did he see it?
Yeah, no, it hurt my heart. I gave him 2 golden meeples before.
That's such a bulldog move right there.
Classic Bulldogs.
Bulldogs
get a bulldog. Got that dog in him. But yeah, now that Deon's done being a jerk face, Boss Fighter QR seems really interesting to me because we did a video recently about AI being incorporated into board gaming. And this one, I think, does it really well because it has a center app. All of you have kind of asymmetry fighters with a deck builder. And based on the cards that you play to fight the AI boss, the boss is almost like a video game. It's going to react to what you're specifically doing. So instead of it being some sort of static experience of, the boss will make this move, regardless of whatever you've done, like in a lot of board games, where it just kind of gives you a generic response of how they act, the AI is going to think logically and give you an actual opponent who's going to respond to the cards that you're playing against it. So to me, this is going to be a really fascinating type of game that I've never played before, where it's going to incorporate AI into the experience. And I'm really interested to see, how it's going to play out. It's like a $49 game. So it's a great price point for what I think you're going to get. And I would love to get a copy, Anton.
Send me a copy, Anton.
That's all I got. So
you can send me one, Anton. I won't let him play it.
Well, anyway, so that's my number one. Any thoughts, gentlemen, on that one?
I mean, I love Pegasus Spiele. Like anything they publish, I love. There's a few companies that go out and say, okay, this is what we're bringing you this year. And I make sure I follow. They are one of them. And I will continue. I will look forward to hopefully getting my hands on this, with you or for you.
Please, anything. All right, that's our top 5 that we've got for Origins Game Fair 2026. Gentlemen, I am excited to see all of your beautiful smiling faces.
Yet again.
I don't care. Big guy, you're just going to get these big old bear paws all over you. So
I can't wait to
Dylan
hug
wants it.
Deon.
Dylan's
I can't wait to
begging for a
hug
hug.
Deon.
I know we had to keep him all the way in Miami in order so he can unwanted touch me.
Oh, Dylan's gonna get those big old paws all over you.
Just
So gentlemen, I'm really excited for us to celebrate. We're gonna have a little cake for our 1-year friendship anniversary.
1 year friendship anniversary. And the death. No, I'm just kidding.
And we're looking forward to having a great time. So in the comments below, please leave the games that you're most excited about heading towards Origins and convention season. Let us know what you're excited about. And most importantly, above all else, don't forget, please, we would love to continue to see you on YouTube. And the only way we can ensure that happens is if you hit that little red button that says subscribe, because 93% of you who watch us and love it unconditionally, you don't hit that button. And all it takes is literally a little twitch of the wrist and a little accidental jarring of the finger, the index, a little click, accidental, and you've literally made our lives all the better, yours included. So it's a win-win for everybody. Please be a part of the journey. Deon begs you.
Do you think, Deon,
And with
Matt
that
was
said-
more excited about asking people to subscribe or for Anton to send him a game? Which one was he more excited about?
He's way more excited about people subscribing. I was
I need the validation from my self-confidence.
gonna say, don't do all of that. That's how my first was born.
Well, you got 5 of those trophies at home, so
That's how my
with that
first was
said,
born.
that's a great place to wrap this. That's a great place to wrap this one up. So, gentlemen, never
lost
forget the
them.
champions never
Stop.
Playing.
Yeah! All right. Good night, everybody. See you at Origins.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise.